when I fucking don't smoke. Like, you don't even... We got my capsules. I'm going to be making my herbal supplement. For the website I'm creating. In this transhumanism AI world. We just started this live. If anyone has any questions, post them down below. Because I don't have shit to say. I don't have nothing to say. So we have to come up with something. I got the super chats back on. Are you doing good today? Today was probably like the worst day. One of the worst days. But that's because my body's messed up. If anyone has any spiritual any questions about health they want to ask, I appreciate everyone coming through. Whatever you'd like to talk about, post it down below. Any questions? I am the light. I would be outside, but it's way too dark. It's not depressing in the room. If anyone has any questions, post them down below. Anything spiritual, health, economics. I'll be on here for about an hour. God bless everybody. Good question, DCC. Another reason why I don't have big lights on, because they've just been way too bright. So when I moved here a couple months ago, I was going to be moving again. So that was a whole different thing of why I didn't get this area even set up. But that didn't happen. But the lights have, even at my last place, the lights have just been too bright. My religion, I follow all the religions. I don't really partake in any one specifically. But I more lean towards Christianity. But the religions don't defy me. And I believe in God. Not only do I believe in God, I feel Him. So we have to feel Him to actually get to know him. And this is a great way to start it off. God can only be known because people ask and say, I can't see him. I don't believe in him. Well, that is true because you can't see him and you can't necessarily believe. Now that's a double-edged sword. You actually have to feel. So we're coming out of thought-based. We're coming out of ideas. We're coming out of beliefs. It's actually a feeling. And so to get to know God, you actually have to feel the frequency. And then people ask, oh, well, what is the frequency? It's the feeling that keeps you alive. And God's frequency, there's no word for it, so no one can explain it. You have to feel it. God's frequency, what we call love. So God is a frequency, a feeling, and it's all around us, of love. That is God. So you necessarily won't see him, and it's not a belief. And this is where all the religions point to. Does that make sense? When people run their mouths, that's not knowing God. God, we can call God love, many words, because there is no word. It's a feeling. We can also call God stillness. He's actually so still, you can't see him. Mother Nature is part of God too, and is God. Mother Nature is still. So you have to be still to feel, especially to merge. So when people say, oh, however you want to say it, when you become still, we don't find God. That's elusive. We merge with him every time we stop thinking and we become still. This is why in Buddhism and they meditate, such as Hinduism, and wherever you hear the word meditate, we it's really, we're trying to get you still, because for most people to get to know stillness, you have to be not moving. I can walk and still feel God's presence. I can still feel alive. I can go play basketball and still feel alive. Because God, another word, so we went over two words that God already is. He's really not a word. He is, which it brings me to my next one, alive. God equals alive. It's not a thinking, so we can only do two things in the human mechanism. In all of anywhere you want to go, you can only do two things. I've never heard anybody say this, because I explain it so you understand. Other people run their mouths. They don't know what they're saying. You can only do two things: think, which is what 95% of people do, and we're also indoctrinated to think, and we'll get to that in a second. And the second thing you can do is feel. People are so engrossed in thinking, they think about the world, You're not, if you were out there fighting a tiger, you're not going to be thinking. You're going to be feeling. You're racing a car, you're going to be not thinking. You have to, it's an alertness. So we can only do two things in anywhere in the universe: thinking, which people are engrossed in this. This is where our negativity comes from. And this is where the devil stems from. Is all inside of us. And two is feeling. Because as we feel something, and I'm not thinking about how this feels. Anybody can do this wherever they're at. You can do this while you're at work. As you've seen, I feel this, right? There is a feeling inside of us, that's pulsating, that's called alive. As we can feel on the outside of us, there's a feeling of God, of aliveness, that tickles our whole entire body. Hey MK, how are you? Crypto Shark. God bless you. I kind of look like you found my channel the other day. I appreciate that. You kind of look like a Dr. Seuss character. Dr. Seuss is actually one of my favorite books and authors. So I get called many, many, many things. But I agree with that. I actually have, um, it's a children's book, but it's very simple because I like simple things. And so is life. So I have this book coming out. It's like the next Cat in the Hat evolutionary. It's very short, but I just need to release it basically. That's going to be coming out soon. Yeah. That is actually going to be free. Most of my stuff is actually free. But if you want advanced stuff, one-on-one, really diving into the deftness of you, well then, we can do that. The only difference of doing that in between a group setting, it's just something more personal. Yeah. So I can dive deeper into you. And so you can feel this feeling that I feel, because it's everybody's natural born right. And I can see in your life when I'm working specifically one-on-one, if I can see all your blockades and redirect you so you can find your own way. It's free if you pay attention. Yeah, and that's exactly it. That's a great point. A lot of people don't want to pay attention. When they see my videos, I talk a certain way. So you pay, you observe. I also emit a radiance that you can pick up. It's worth more than anything on the planet. So when people just blah 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 and they want to talk about God and God's over here and he's right inside of you and he's all around you and da 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 and da da da, all these people they like to throw words at your face. And eventually it's meaningless. It's a great point, MK. Warriors back. Hyperbaric chambers. Don't know what that is. Pablo is back in black. We are all one. Yeah, it's great to know that, but we have to feel that. That's because when you feel it, that's when your suffering ends. You actually want to feel something. We can talk about sex all day or chopping wood, but that's not, you're gonna, okay, we talk about sex all day. It's completely different, a whole different paradigm when you have sex. It's a feeling. So a lot of people get stuck up in their mind. They think reality is like this. Doesn't matter. It's just straight observing. Just as if you would go outside and you would look at a wildlife and you would just see it. You'd be alert because a cougar might come up, not a woman. A bear might come up. When you're actually physically in the wild, which is stillness, there is the atmosphere has a sense of stillness. It's everywhere, but in this case, in the woods, it's more there. So you can abide in stillness, and maybe because of danger, things that put you in danger, anything that puts you in high alert, this brings a shock or awareness. But it happens so fast, you don't realize it. So when you go to a new place, your eyes become like this. And I wanted to say something. Anytime we talk anything spiritual, it hurts the mind. Because spirituality is feeling. A quartz, it has a resonance, a feeling. A tree has a feeling. And when we talk about this, the mind gets gross. And that's why people, when they're not, have no clue about spirituality, and people that are really caught up in the mind, when they watch my video or see me live, it turns them off. Some of them. Because the ego, the mind, doesn't want to be turned off. I know how to turn off your mind. And subsequently, it's the hardest thing to do. What's in a man's heart, that will come out. Thank you, Josie. In 88, you're not going to come here and say racist stuff. It's not allowed in here. That's the second time someone's been racist. Not in my live though. That is very supreme. Yeah, I always come from the heart. That's why you don't have to know what I'm saying. You feel it. It's going to repel people that don't feel, and it's going to attract others. A spiritual practice we can all do, everyone can do, and I follow this too. It's ingrained in me, so I don't have to like repeat it in my head or anything, is to not lie. So I never lie. On that note, that means you'll always speak the truth. The vibration that you speak will be real. A lot of people lie. They're not doing stuff from the heart. So they're doing it for views. They're doing it for money. And there's not, or attention. A lot of women do stuff for attention, but that could be both sexes. And there's nothing wrong with having sex, getting attention, making money, or getting views. But when you do it, a lot of people are inauthentic. They're not coming from the heart, majority of the time. So that's in request, because whatever you put out into this world, let's say I wasn't being authentic. Maybe I'm not evil, but I'm not being authentic. In return, my audience will be inauthentic. They don't come from a deep place. How to kill the snake. You don't have to kill the snake. Is a spliff good for you? It depends on the situation. And why you're doing it. And it's definitely not the worst thing. I've been seeing this a lot lately. It's almost if they're paid. If if you're talking about like people who are talking about the stuff that I'm talking about, yeah, for sure. Which, yeah, especially the AI. Oh man, like a lot of people. There's people who put out spiritual YouTube channels, and they're all pretty much automated. And they YouTube has that pushed in their algorithm, and people are confused. Everyone wants spirituality, and so they're not necessarily feeling. You won't get that from the AI that's being put out right now. And they're probably doing it for money or some other reason. So it also people get confused because they're searching for something more, but then they're getting this bootleg. Uh, yeah, we're not getting sincere spirituality. Everything comes from vibration. Yeah. When we're really, when we're enlightened, we could also say when we're not thinking, we'll be able to read somebody everything about them. You can't lie to someone who's enlightened. Maybe you could through the internet. But face to face, it's just like if a lion was chasing me or something was stalking me and I was out in the wild, I would get a feeling like, hey, something's going on. I need to I need to turn my attention towards this. It's my guide. It's always there. It's not just there in scary moments. But a lot of people remember this. So when the lion's chasing me or I'm being stalked, I feel this. I don't have to think about this. Racism. Yeah, yeah. People get paid to be racist, for sure. No one's, yeah, racism is just to divide us. They just want to get their ears tickled and hear what they want to hear. Yeah. And that's how, unfortunately, Crypto Shark how a lot of them, it's always been that way. We even see it too. We'll see memes about history, and everyone's like, oh yeah, isolation, only a few know the truth. And it's people, a lot of people see it, but they still don't grasp it. It's just when we talk about the Matrix, this is literally it. Is that people are being shown the truth, but it's just not hitting. Yeah. A lot of people on YouTube, and I'm talking more so in the spiritual communities and sense, they're just tickling your ear, as Crypto said it. Even if it's good and positive, people want, oh, it's interesting. Oh, it's interesting. But we're trying to get away from the mind. We're not trying to fancy your ideas. We can talk about it forever. I'm trying to get us back into life, feeling aliveness, because feeling this is there's not a word, but it's everything. It's who you really are. Aside from everything that you think feels the best, like we can put, what do you guys think feels the best when you have to think about it? You see, it already goes against your mind. This is the best feeling. Nothing can feel better. Yeah. People need to dive deep in their pain. Yeah. Their people's pain and ideas of pain, ideas of the past, so trauma, that is literally the blockade, the stress, the stressor from why you can't feel. Because you're so one-pointed and concentrated that you can't feel. Even if it's in the back of your mind, a lot of trauma is not there every day. Though their whole life someone could live could be because of trauma. Usually is. But they don't think about it every day. No. It just rests somewhere up in there. Yeah. So enlightened people, which there's only a few of them, it's one of the rarest things to come across. Also, the best thing. Everyone's on happy pills. Yeah, and a lot of people, they have genuine uh, strife, they actually are trying to feel better. In one of their ways, maybe they're taking a happy pill. So they're doing it out of, curiosity and genuinely. They're trying to they're trying to search for something, which is feeling alive. So there could be more feeling alive when we're up on a mountain or we're in the woods. When we're in a building or in a house and with a lot of man-made stuff, it you can still feel alive, but the environment enhances that feeling. So like me, whether we call it a kingdom of God or we call it a temple, a lot of people are esoteric, whatever, languages. They say you are a temple. And again, I have that resonance. I emit it. So when people, I don't even have to say anything. But people are going to be like, whoa, he's not saying anything. Yeah, I'm very well aware. But that I have, just as the mountain enhances your perceptivity, I myself, and it's not like I turn it on, it's always there. I have the same as a mountaintop. I am the mountaintop, if you want to merge with that. Right, but how would you cure it? Yeah. Well, a lot of people, the thing is people think changing their mind state or defeating their problems in their mind is the solution. But the mind itself is a problem solution. That's just the mechanism. It creates a problem, the mind, and then it intellectually makes an answer. Yeah. So even when we say God, it stumps the mind. Some people do not like when their ego gets trampled on, or it gets questioned. So especially someone who's full of rage or evil, they they do not like hearing the truth. They don't like being questioned. Yeah, they don't like hearing this. Yeah. Yeah. You're not taking anything away, Shark. Hey, Jose. Yeah. So the kingdom of God, it is all around us, which is wow. But it's also so within, so without. Tricky words, because the kingdom of God is also inside. And so when we merge with existence, we can also call it God. We stop thinking. So the apparatus of thinking is a tool, but it blocks us from, our intuition or merging. So to feel God and to merge with the outside, all we have to do is stop thinking. Yeah, you're either coping or you're thriving. Pretty much. Yeah. You're either, searching for God or you're chasing materialism. And yeah, Crypto Shark, anyone that's in here, they're called to be in here. Anyone who sees my video, even if they don't intellectually understand it, I'm sowing presence. That will go with you for the rest of your life. Even if you only watch one video of mine. But everyone in here has certain specialties, we could say superpowers. But everyone has a part of God inside of them. I'm just relaying it. And we are all children of God. So, and yeah, so it's not just by chance that you guys are in here. It's you guys already are awakened, waking up. Some are going to be enlightened. When you get around, when like we were saying, be someone who's enlightened, it's the best thing because it automatically helps you. And again, some people are like, "Whoa, no, I don't want to be helped. I'm scared. I'm scared." Yeah, it's whoa. Some run far, some run far. It can go both ways. That's the world we live in. It's kind of hot in here, actually. This jacket here, we'll zoom out. Kind of looks like the sweater. I'm actually kind of hot. So if you ever get a chance, and we do have the internet, but it comes in many formats. You could see a picture of an enlightened being that can, the energy emitting from a picture, like literally can make you enlightened. Yeah. It's a picture, they say it has 1,000 words. It emits energy. We're not going to go into that right now. But it's when someone paints something, it says everything about the person. It has its own energy. Yeah. But as to come back on Crypto Shark, he says he's feeling something, and you could have a special power. They in India, they call them siddhis or siddhis, Siddhi. That's just their Indian word. We could call it mind reading. So we've all fortune tellers. There are people out there. They might not be on the internet. So a lot of our special powers, because we each have one, lies doormat. So this is the whole thing with the Kundalini that they talk about. The Kundalini in a snake, if we look at the doctors and their emblem for the hospitals, what is it? It's a, whatever you call it, a dagger. It's a snake around a cross, basically. I don't know what that's called, though. We're actually here, so. Okay, it's. So, we have a snake. Maybe some of you guys didn't know this. These are all from the beginning of time. This is just called a hieroglyphic. So we have the pole, which is probably means like electricity, God. The snake, we can talk about that a little bit. And wings, which is probably a reference to a phoenix. We have now, we can take this as, so like, what's on the back of the coin? We have the wings. We have the wings. The same thing. And he has I think he has a little pole here himself. So the wings, and here we have the wings again. We can do it. We can relate that to one more pole. Okay, a staff. This is like more elaborate. But when we hear the word reset that all these politicians talk about, this is what they're talking about. The wings. Because the phoenix, they use this all throughout our whole existence. This means renewal, revival. It's all around though. It's literally everywhere. Now that you know it, Pokemon. It's literally called the Phoenix. Here's another Phoenix. Phoenix. We can go one step further. All right. I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones. So a staff. Yeah, and we see the staff. Zeus has that thunderbolt. They have the tridents. They have them in the Bible. They have them everywhere. But back to the superpowers. So yeah, when you know, the thing is, when we get superpowers, the reason why God doesn't give us to them, because we can destroy ourselves. If we start mind reading people, being able to tell what people are thinking, and we could have bad intentions. Maybe we're not evil. It could turn us towards that path of evil. We could manipulate people. Hey, Jose, or Rodrigo. It's been an enlightened feeling. Hey, Matt the Visionary. Dog, if you spell dog backwards, warrior, guess what word you get? I am the mountaintop. Good title for a short. Virginity rocks. I don't know what made you say that. If you want to explain that more. Yeah, Shark, there's nothing to take away from me. To touch on that one last time. You have to be the change. Yeah, and that's, well, Matt the Visionary, I mean, we are at like an hour, but I'm going to stay longer. One, because I haven't been on, and two, we've just like flowed through this. So a lot of people are just thinking, and maybe they're even manipulated. They think, oh, the world's just going to change. In scrutiny, the real change is how we respond. We are the change. An example of this is, we may love a woman, then we get in fights and we get out of a marriage. Some people hate that woman that they once loved. That's a change. That's a perception. Sometimes I feel like my spirit is on fire. That's great, Crypto Shark. God bless everybody. There's no advertisements here. God is our only advertisement. Yeah, it's just on fire, just like the phoenix that we were talking about. Fire, and that's why the phoenix is usually on fire. Oh, we have another ancient symbol too. Hold on. Show this. Fire brings destruction, but also rebirth. This is pretty ancient. I think these are called talisman. But here's an eagle. It's the same thing. But it has that thing that you see. We see this all around. This is in the Egyptian times. That's what it looks like. And what I was going to say about snakes, the reason that we see all these snakes around, like on the staff that we were just shown a little bit ago, because it doesn't have ears. So it picks up on reverberation and makes this animal very unique. That's why it's represented. They don't tell you this. Most people don't know. That's why a lot of time they're using snakes. They'll even sometimes go as far to make snakes a bad guy. Let's manipulate people to do good things. Yeah. God opinion on woman. It depends. Like, what about woman though? I have some cream in here. I wish I could give you some, Jose. I'll ship some up to Canada. I'll be your new cow supplier. I wish everybody could get some of this cream. There we go. Zoom in. Open up wide. Yeah. We are beings of great kindness, but also great evil. Yeah, that's why we live in a world where we're evolutionizing. We're trying to get back to that spiritual sense or feeling. This is why everybody's searching. They are. Everybody wants to find God. But most people don't know this. Yeah. Yeah, we live in a world where, especially our world, we have the good and we have evil. There is more good, way more good than evil, but the evil's probably more constitutionalized. They're more clustered together, congregated. There's not that much evil, but it stands out. It stands out more. So when I do 1,000 good things, okay, I did 1,000, and then it gets almost redundant just to the human being, the mind. But as soon as I do something that's a slip up or someone doesn't agree with, oh, it just stands out between the 1,000 good things I did. And the media is going to push this. Everyone's going to want to hear this. The one evil. Rebirth is a rotation of evil. Yeah, yeah. We're all just coming from our mistakes. We wanted to build a world just like God. But then we get power and it corrupts us. We become unbalanced. This is why the world is more masculine energy right now. Even though the earth has its own emitting energy, which is feminine. So, but we all the human beings are emitting a masculine energy. So we have to bring back that femininity. And this is why this is why the world is the way it is right now. An unbalance. Women are being shunned. You know, so many things. They're being told they're less equal. And I'm just talking throughout history. Yeah, their arrogance. Yeah, that's a great word. Their arrogance. Great. This is a great talk. Yeah, snakes go by vibration. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate the gesture. Evil knowledge. Why do people want to be crazy? It's a great question. One of the best questions I think I've ever seen and hear. To the mind, it's easier in it's your animalistic nature. Barbaric in a sense. It's easier to be barbaric, to be crazy. Could get you popularity, could get you money, could get you women, a lot of things. But it comes out of arrogance, could be out of arrogance. You're out of control. You're not at peace. You're furious. Always wanting more. Crazy. When someone leaves the mind or changes, goes against what they've been taught, they have a sense of peace, control. Most people are out of control. Or they're only in control a tiny bit of their lives. So when we're out of control, such as being crazy, we think that feels good. It's a mirage. It's an imitation. It could be giving the mind euphoric highs. And you don't want to hear that you're not going to tell you're not going to tell like a bear or some crazy killer, be calm. Especially someone that doesn't emit that essence. No way. They're gonna refute it. They're gonna be like, no. You think you're gonna tell me that? Someone that's really furious. They don't want to hear that you can be calm and actually feel better. See, when we're crazy and we're very angry, our thoughts are coming rapidly. We're holding on to a fuse. We are a fuse. When we're calm, we not only feel the best, our thoughts are like a slow, steady stream. We can make better executive decisions. A crazy person don't want to hear this. Cream for the world. When good people don't act, yeah, they basically, evil in a way, in a sense, pushes us to do good. If we never suffer, then we'll never strive to find God or ask why we're really here. Am I Jesus if I give you your hair back? It's hard. It's hard to be in control. Like semen retention, it is easy depending on your spirit. But yeah, I mean, some people just want to go around and bang every girl. And they're usually doing it like barbarically. They're out of control. Doesn't mean you can't have fun. We'll do that right now. I don't know what the difference is between the moderators, standard. I don't, I gave you standard. I don't know what the difference is between the two. God is what good does. Um, were you just stating that, Crypto Shark? Lego King is here. Day two, bro. Sorry. I don't even think like Matt was asking me. Yeah, there's a managing moderator, and they said there was a regular one. I don't know what the difference is. I have a question for you. Should I move to Costa Rica? That's a really nice place. Well, Ned, it sounds like it. I can guide you, but it's what you feel. If you feel it, so how do you know if you feel it? You can ask yourself, or it will just come over days and weeks. You'll feel it. And that's going to be your answer. The mark. Yeah, I mean, Costa Rica, I would build like a whole place there. Remember, I'm going to be building a commune where people can live for free, and we go get our own fish. I teach enlightenment. It will be a spiritual place. You know, we'll probably sew some fabrics, generate our own wealth. And Costa Rica is a place for that. Yeah, I mean, if I had like 100 people in here, yeah, I mean, I definitely would probably need mods. There could be 100 people in here, but only one person commenting. So I could analyze that. But yeah, the we would generate our own wealth. We'd have chickens. We'd have our own food. This isn't for me to expand and conquer territory. This is for people so they can do something meaningful and have a community base to back them up. Okay, thanks for explaining that, Lego. No, no, SR has not healed my body. I could be like the next Alexander the Great. No, that's pretty much the main reason. One of the main reasons I did SR. Yeah. Macedonian. Yeah, no, I don't look like him. I was just. Or Genghis Khan. Okay, he did say Genghis Khan. Well, just imagine if I invited you and we were staying Costa Rica and you didn't have to go, you wouldn't be working. What would you do? Probably get some eggs. We'd probably do live events. I wouldn't be there all the time, that's for sure. But we'd be you might go fish. You might milk a goat. We'll have archery, smithing. We'll have smithing, build jewelry, fun stuff. And we'll have people to communicate with. So, I mean, wow, that sounds like a utopia. Yeah, a paradise. He says, you know what's funny as hell? I've been watching like RuneScape videos. I don't know how they popped up, but it seems like so much different. But I've actually been watching. I mean, I've seen a couple RuneScape videos, but those are like, I mean, where do you think they come from? All that RuneScape came from real life stuff. That's so funny that you. I mean, it's literally on some of my YouTube recommendations. Blobby jelly. Yeah. I know a lot of people that just from like YouTube, not personally, that went to Costa Rica. They probably have real relaxed laws, ideal sun environment. So, yeah. People build communes there. The weather's really nice. Then we have the food, obviously, fruits. Yeah, I appreciate that, Lego. Yeah. Well, the problem is I just can't eat food. Yeah. We're in training for the next life. Who are we? Yeah. We can access our skills from other lives. Yeah. M- Most of us probably are, well, not everybody, but that's possible too. But some of them won't matter. And we also have so many past lives. We could have been a fish. We could have been a rock. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly if you were asking something though, crypto. Yeah. Yeah, editing's a lot of work, and especially if you do that for a job and then edit more, it's just kind of like redundant. Yeah. Like I like edits, like I think it's cool, like I entertaining, and I have edited videos plenty of times, but it doesn't necessarily for what I'm doing spiritually, it doesn't really add to the video, and then it takes up way more time. So, like for existence, or sorry, for instance, if we were on a commune, or if I even if I was with somebody and they were filming me, it'd be a whole different camera angle. It'd just be a lot different. The whole videos I do would be different, and they can go, and if they want to, they can add an intro, an outro. Maybe we'll make some ads. YouTube shorts with a little music. That would be for somebody else. Yeah. If anyone has any questions, yeah. I appreciate everyone being here. I'm going to be doing live events very soon. Yeah, I'm going to find a place, and I'm going to be handing out cards. I think that's the way to go about it. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly because how I want to do this. I was waiting for my body to be completely healed, but I feel like I've been getting the call. Yeah. So I'll be doing live events in my city basically. And I'll be posting, I'll probably post about it online in case anyone wants to fly in. I gotta find a location. Yeah. And I'm very excited about that. That's my next big move. Yeah. So, other than fixing my health, which it's got better. Yeah, I mean we've been in here for like an hour and 40 minutes, so God bless everyone. May everyone be prosperous and find God. Yeah, hey Lindsay, coming at the butt end. You're all around on this YouTube. You're all around on this YouTube. Yeah, I like Sefin, but like yeah, I didn't get to watch all of it. Yeah, been kind of busy, but he goes off. He goes off. And it's just like so many people have like their yeah. Yeah, you can only like watch so much stuff though. That's the thing. And yeah, I seen you in there, and we happened to be in at the same time. I was only in there for yeah, I don't know. But Sefin, like I like him. He just yeah, he talks a lot. But a lot of people do that, so I mean I what I like about him the most is like he's positive and he's really exuberant, like thrilled to do about it, which is it's a great quality to have. Yeah, it's just like uh, I've watched him for hours and different multiple videos, and he's not the only one. But if I watch a total of 10, 20 hours of you, and you're just saying stuff one after another, but what am I? And I'm only taking one or two things away from you. Yeah, it is something in a sense, but like I don't know, it's too much for me. I will never, yeah, probably makes sense. Lindsay, how do you feel about abstaining from sex? And thanks for being here. The scariest part about SR is you can no longer hide. Yeah. That is true. I'd never. That's like a great video. Maybe I'll shoot a video right after this. Semen retention. You can no longer hide from yourself. No longer hide. The whole point of abstaining from sex, so you can become more still and you can get to know God. Because God is stillness. So this is why if we're moving really fast, talking super fast, we can't get to feel God. Because God doesn't need words, it's a feeling. He is actually the silence, the space. So he is a feeling, and we have to be, for just for everybody, you have to be still to feel. So semen retention, it stills the body, but then it also stills the mind. So you're not obsessing about sex. Then you go in a loop. The whole matrix, the whole solar system, God is unlimited. Everything that's in the matrix or that comes out of God eventually goes in a cycle. They call them resets. We see the wheel of karma, samsara. But it's the wheel that we get caught up in. Doing the same thing every day, getting lost. And when we still the mind, we break free of the matrix, of the programming. And then you can enjoy life. Everything becomes funny to you. Or it doesn't harm you. Doesn't bother you. Does anybody else have any questions? We've been in here for an hour 45. I guess we'll come to an end. It was a great live. If we want to beat an addiction, we have to counter it. We have to say no. The search for God is fun. Even finding God, it's better than anything you can think of. Better than everything else. It's why you came here. Know thyself. Nothing is better. Yeah. It may not, it may sound crazy to the mind. It may sound unreal, but it's supposed to. All right. I appreciate everyone coming through. Hopefully, we'll be back tomorrow. Maybe in the morning. Maybe at night. Let's keep God on our mind. I'll see everyone later. One last bell. Because I don't want to leave.